Are you getting enough vitamin D? Are you taking it with vitamin K? The combination is especially important in the winter. According to the National Center for Health Statistics, 3/4 of US adults are deficient in vitamin D. However, the problem's not limited to the US. What I want you to do is to know your level. I'm Dr. Sara Gottfried, a board-certified gynecologist and author of 3 New York Times bestsellers, including the new book, Brain Body Diet. For the past decade, vitamin D deficiency has been identified as a global pandemic. For most humans, sun exposure in moderation is the major source of vitamin D. Very few foods, even those that are fortified with vitamin D, are sufficient for a child's or an adult's vitamin D requirement. So we're seeing increased risks of rickets in children, and in adults, greater prevalence of osteopenia, osteoporosis, fractures, common cancers, autoimmune diseases, hypertension, and infectious diseases. According to the Endocrine Society, sufficiency is defined as a circulating level of 25-hydroxy-D of greater than 30 nanograms per milliliter, which is required to maximize vitamin D's beneficial effects for health. In the absence of adequate sun exposure, which I certainly don't get, supplemental vitamin D3 each day might be needed to achieve sufficiency in both children and adults. Keep in mind that vitamin D sufficiency, which remains elusive despite many public health campaigns, can be improved with supplemental vitamin K. These are the topics that I want to cover with you today, including answers to the questions that I most commonly get from my patients. So let's start first with vitamin D2 versus vitamin D3. We can all agree that vitamin D sufficiency is crucial to overall health, but what's the best strategy for you? Allow me to share 2 quick studies with you on the topic. First, a large meta-analysis of 7 intervention studies that included over 1,000 participants aged 18 to 97 showed that vitamin D3 supplementation is more efficacious at raising vitamin D levels compared with vitamin D2. Second, another study involving 107 subjects tested the effects of supplementing with 2,000 international units per day of vitamin D2, vitamin D3, or placebo during an 8-week period on the serum concentrations of 25-hydroxy-D, 25-hydroxy-D2, and 25-hydroxy-D3. In the vitamin D3 supplementation arm, the one that I'm most interested in, the concentrations of 25-hydroxy-D3 increased significantly from 16.6 nanograms per milliliter at baseline to 35.3 nanograms per milliliter over 8 weeks, meaning they doubled in 2 months. We like that. On the other hand, 25-hydroxy-D3 levels decreased from 15.8 to 12.5 after 8 weeks in the placebo group. That's not good. But in the group receiving vitamin D2, the 25-hydroxy-D2 levels increased significantly, but the 25-hydroxy-D3 levels decreased from 14.6 nanograms per milliliter at baseline to 6.7 nanograms per milliliter at 8 weeks. One of the possible explanations for this occurrence can be attributed to the possibility that D2 impairs hydroxylation of D3 in circulation. Therefore, based on these results, we can conclude that vitamin D3 increases 25-hydroxy-D more effectively than vitamin D2. So what about vitamin K? Without sufficient vitamin K, vitamin D may not live up to its full potential. I think of this as vitamin D as the superhero and vitamin K as the sidekick. Together, they're more effective. Both vitamin D and K are essential fat-soluble vitamins with interdependent activities. Beyond the benefits to vitamin D, vitamin K is required for production of several key proteins that are involved in calcium and blood coagulation homeostasis. Specifically, vitamin K plays a central role in decreasing calcium absorption in the smooth muscles of vascular walls. Studies have shown that adding vitamin K to vitamin D induces mineralization in osteoblasts. This is a good thing. That's in the bone-forming cells. It also reduces the loss of bone. And in postmenopausal women, it can lead to more favorable changes in bone metabolism and bone mass when used along with calcium interventions. While vitamin D deficiency is a widely acknowledged epidemic, vitamin K is another important nutrient that's poorly absorbed from food and might be missing from your diet. A growing body of evidence supports the synergistic interplay of these 2 essential nutrients. Vitamin D and K are both involved in the support of healthy bones. Vitamin D supports the mineralization and the healthy structure of bones, while vitamin K is key for the metabolism of bone proteins that are crucial to bone integrity. Research has shown that vitamin D helps stimulate the production of vitamin K-dependent proteins, and this is important for bone mineralization and also to support vascular health. Together, these important nutrients provide a synergistic approach to both bone and also cardiovascular health. So when you have a busy, demanding schedule that requires long hours indoors, it can be really challenging for you to get enough vitamin D through sunlight. I certainly can't, especially during the winter months or when living in certain climates. And with the poor bioavailability in food and the fact that these nutrients are not easily stored in tissue, vitamin K may also be lacking. That's why supplementation can help. D3 is proven to be the most bioavailable form of vitamin D, making it an ideal option for those who need extra support. In combination, vitamin K2 has been shown to be the most beneficial form of supplemental vitamin K. So where diet and lifestyle fall short, supplementation can provide convenient support for your health. So you just learned a lot. You heard a lot about science, but understanding this type of information about the synergy between D and K and how they should be prescribed together, taken together, is what I find helpful in my practice, and I hope you found it helpful too. So if you want to learn more about supplementation with vitamin D and K, you can visit my website at saragottfriedmd.com. Thank you for joining me today, and please get your copy of my new book, Brain Body Diet, wherever books are sold. I cover a lot of information about vitamin D in the new book.